Traders, what's going on? Super excited you guys are here today. My wife's on maternity leave. She makes me a shake every single morning, and I love it. So been really busy. Didn't forget about you guys. Just been changing diapers, figuring out this algo trading. Going to be going into that here soon. But today I really wanted to get an insider look at the platform I use, the best platform out there. Now I use a couple platforms in tandem with one another. I'm going to go into the reasons why for that. I use DOS, obviously, and Thinkorswim. But I think Thinkorswim is great for everybody out there. I mean, it's free and it's incredibly robust. We're going to get into it today. I want to go over how I use it. We're not going to get too in depth, just on the surface, how I use it, why I think it's so good, why everybody should use it, because it's really important to use two brokers in tandem with one another, in my personal opinion, if you do this as a job. Just because I have seen this many days where one's not working or one's slow, and I have the other one up so I can use them both together. With DOS is not working if it's having technical issues, and that's happened before, and they send an email saying sorry, whatever. Or Thinkorswim as well, sometimes slow in the morning. I'm going to go into some secrets as well, some little behind the scenes, little buttons I think you guys should be familiar with in the platform as well. So traders, let's get straight into it. All right, traders, let's get straight into it. I ain't wasting any time. I'm about to save you guys a lot of money. I'm going to go over some little configuration buttons that you guys need to be very familiar with. So we're going to go straight into it today. And I'm hiding my information here, but I don't trade with Thinkorswim. I have a few dollars here just so I can use the platform. Now, when you guys, if you want to use the Thinkorswim, they may tell you that you're going to get delayed data, and usually that's 20 minutes delayed for paper trading. If you just sign up for Thinkorswim and you just want to, paper trade, that's what they're going to tell you. What you need to do is say, let me fund an account, throw a little bit of money over there and say, can you give me live data? And they'll give it to you. That's what I did a few years ago. I've had live data ever since then. And so that's what you want. Now, I will say with Thinkorswim, the only issue I've ever had is still in the morning when everything is flying, when everything's volatile, those first 10-15 minutes. Sometimes it's a little slow going from chart to chart. But that's it. But here's a button you guys have to be familiar with. So go to Setup. Let me go back here a little bit. Setup, Application Settings, and you guys go down to System. And make sure your quote speed is in real time, no delay. I can't tell you the number of guys, and this was me as well. When we first started out trading and we got that live data, the quote speed was moderate. So it was delayed 3 seconds. And a lot of you is going to be the same thing. Let me know in the comment section below. I made a video a long time ago, and everybody was saying the same thing about it. The quote speed was in moderate. So 3 seconds for a lot of you guys, if you're trading the low float penny stocks, is a huge deal. I mean, a huge deal. Let's say you're in a chat room and the chat room leader is delayed 10 seconds and you're trying to sheepishly follow his alert as well as all other 1,000 people in there. So you're delayed 10 seconds by his stream. He gets in before anyone else. And you're also delayed another 3 seconds later than everybody else as well. So, let's just say that is you. And that was me before as well. I'm not judging anybody. But make sure your quote speed is real time. All right, now you guys may be wondering why the white interface. It's what I like. The black interface. It's a little daunting for me. When I first started, I'm like, whoa, this is dark. I like the lighter interface. You want to make sure you have the volume and the candlesticks. Now, this video is going to be maybe for some beginners and intermediate traders. I think everyone can learn something from this. I've been dealing with Thinkorswim for a long time. The platform is very robust. There's so many different things you can do with it. Over here is very important. You're going to have your account information and the live news. So this is a little important trick as well. Make sure you see this symbol link is 1. You see this right here? Symbol link is 1. And you want to make sure those are synced up. So you click on any news over here, and it's going to pull up the news for that stock, ADAP. Now, let's say we type in a different stock, IMPX, something else. It's going to change the news for that as well. And you can come over here, click on this button right here, and click detach if you have different monitors and you want to detach a few other stocks, so you can be looking at a few others at the same time. And then that button's still there. So you could set that to a different number, or you can keep it on 1 and you type in a ticker there, and it's going to adjust it for the news over here as well. So that's a little trick. You can do that for many different stocks. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. For this watch list over here, you type in pretty much any single stock you want. Type in ADAP, BYND, you click on it, and it's going to adjust it for that chart, and it's going to adjust it for your news as well. So there's many different things you can play with over here. Press this plus button to add gadget. That's where you can add a watch list. You can watch Trader TV, live audio level 2. This is where you can add many different things. You can play Minesweeper. If you guys want to play Minesweeper, you can play Minesweeper if you're a little bored. So that's a little trick there. Make sure those are going to be linked up together. It's very similar to DOS in that DOS, they got to be anchored, and here they're anchored as well, but with these numbers. And this is awesome, guys. I mean, to be a free platform with live data, and it's so robust. I mean, I remember when I first opened up Thinkorswim, guys, I was so confused. I mean, that was 3.5 years ago. I was like, okay, let me get a platform. I got Thinkorswim. And was so confused. I was like, what is going on here? There's so many buttons. There's so much going on. I don't even mess with a lot of this stuff. Monitor, trade. I'm usually always on charts. And that's it. I mean, if you're trading with Thinkorswim, you can use this active trader window, and you can literally place limit orders to buy this stock. Let's say it's at 120.25 right now, so you can scroll down here, place a limit buy at 120.14, and it'll take you out and execute you when it comes down to that level. Make sure if you're using hotkeys or if you're using the active trader window that auto send is on. If it's not, it's going to come up with a box saying, are you sure you want to place this order? You don't want that. So make sure that's turned on. I'll show you guys another little button as well. You can see. Set up application settings. Hotkeys. You want to go over here to hotkeys and make sure these are enabled. If your hotkeys aren't working, these aren't enabled, and that auto send's not enabled as well. You got to make sure these are enabled, because I remember when I first started, it wasn't enabled. I was like, why does this box keep coming up? I want it to auto send. It wasn't auto sending, so make sure it's enabled in the hotkeys if you're going to be using these hotkeys. Another thing I really love about Thinkorswim is the time frames. I mean, you can create any single time frame you want. Customize the list. You can do 1 day, 1 minute, 1 day, 2 minute, 5 day, 5 minute, 20 day, 1 hour. The main ones I use, and I actually have this one on a separate monitor right now. I'll use the 1 day, 1 minute. On the DOS, I might use 1 day, 5 minute. And then on a different monitor, what I'll have is the daily. I'll have the daily chart. I'll have the RSI right here pulled up, 30 oversold, 70 overbought. Have the moving averages, 50, 200 day, and the 13 EMA. Always have the volume, because we can see, this day it did what with this much volume, and in the past it's done what with that much volume. So you're always kind of looking at the past chart history. Past chart history is everything. I'm not going to go into that. That's a different video. But always have a daily chart. And Thinkorswim provides that. There's also a lot of buttons you can play with as far as your chart goes with this little settings wheel right here. The chart settings on that blue tab. There's a lot of stuff you can do here with appearance as well. If you guys are trying to figure out how to set up the candlesticks, go to chart settings, go to appearance, and then you can create, fill up your candlesticks, fill down the candlesticks. What that means is just that. Fills them up green. Show the wicks. The wicks are really important. That provides you with a lot of data as well into the chart. So there's a lot of things we can play with here. Like I said, I'm just going to be touching the surface of this platform in this video, and pretty much just the reason I use it. I love this platform. Been using it ever since day one, and I use DOS as well with it. But this one's free, so it's great for a lot of you guys who are just starting on out. And if you're just starting out and you're not funding an account yet, you're paper trading, or you're trading with like Robinhood or Webull, you can use this as well with those mobile apps too. So this is great for all that stuff, guys. Just learn it. It's going to take some time. I've been using it forever, and I still don't know everything. But all these tabs over here, that's going to be your times and sales. That's really important too. Times and sales, all the orders coming through. You got the level 2 as well for you guys. So lots of different things to play with here. I just wanted to kind of touch the surface, show you guys how I use it. My watch list, I always look at the news, see what's recent, what just came out. And then I also detach a bunch of charts from each other and pair them up together. So when I enter in a certain stock, it's coming up on all the monitors. That's the same thing I did with the daily chart. Daily chart paired up with these, so everything's coming up together. And make sure all those buttons are pressed, guys. But let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Really wanted to let you guys in on the setup I use. I mean, I may do DOS as well. With CMEG, I love DOS. I use CMEG and I use DOS as well as Thinkorswim, have them all pulled up together. And I love using that as well. But this is what I use for Thinkorswim. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Guys, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you all next time.